Alright, so I was in the garage, well I still am, and I was making shot, and I just wanted to share with you guys my work in progress shot maker. This is pretty much like the world's cheapest and like the most common man shot maker you could make. Shot makers literally run from like four to like thousands of dollars depending what you want. And I really just didn't want to spend that. So here's I'll show you my setup here. Here's just basically what it is. It's super simple, and just like a quick disclaimer there, if I mean people always talk about they go trap shooting, skeet shooting, stuff like that, and they want at like 200 yards, they want like a 5-inch pattern. This will be for you. Like I said, this super really basic common man shot maker. This will make shot at the shotgun, whichever you decide to use it in. I use it in 12 gauge and 10 gauge, and it works great. Pretty much all my shot is on a paper plate at like 30 yards. So you can't really ask for more than that with this setup. So basically what you'll have to buy is a lead furnace. Or a lot of people already have these. I think they're like 50, 60 bucks, I think, or even cheaper. The one with the little spout here that you'll need is a bit more expensive. I think it's $10 or $20 more expensive. You can see here, mine's a bit dirty there because I've been doing this for a while. The lead is about halfway. This is just a typical nut. I show you one that I've been using before. Now I'm trying with the hole on the side. See when it focuses where the lead is dripping out, that's where my little hole is. A pair of vice grips and just some wood blocks pretty much just to hold it under there. And you can see I modified it here. I cut the base off. I probably cut about 2 inches of the base because you'll need a long container. As you'll see, like commercial shot makers pretty much, or the ones you could buy for like $1,000. They advertise that you need a big container and stuff. Some people use ammo cans. I really don't make a lot of shot, so I just use this. So I'll fill up your coolant here. As you can see here, mine is just whatever brand fabric softener. Water does not work. It's way too cold, and the lead is too heavy, and it smashes down at the bottom. So it's extremely rare that people use water. But depending on the lead and stuff that you're using, if you have like your special blend of lead, pretty much it's trial and error. I tried water. As you can see there, I tried dish soap. But, 95% of other people, more like 98%, softener is the best. So I pretty much almost just fill the container up here to about 2 inches from the top. And by the way, this is a propane. It's a torch canister. So you'll take this. This is why I cut the bottom of the lead pot off, and just go like this. The shot will hit the black part here that you see on the container here, like whatever, the shot catcher, whatever you want to call it. And it's black because I just sprayed some graphite on it just to help it slide. You really don't need it. You just polish it. But I just went to go buy graphite because I'm too lazy and didn't want to polish it. So basically, as you tilt it, you will create a ramp. And now it's about 2 inches from the top because I know that when I tilt it, I need about 1 inch ramp. So I have a slight angle and the shot just rolls down. And that's how I pretty much make my shot. I can't show you guys because I have the camera in one hand. But you see here the temperature. I'm guessing these are hundreds of degrees. At 750, and that's what people on the forums and everywhere say you need about 750 degrees lead. So that's what I'm doing. You can see here all the shot that it's doing. It's not perfectly round. Some are like oblong, some are hollow. It's all depending on the softener and the temperature of the softener. The colder the softener, you'll get some popcorn, which you can see here that in the failure bucket. Popcorn is when the softener is too cold, the lead's too hot, and it pops. It gets the oxygen out of the lead, I guess, and it just poof, and it popcorn. That's what people call it. And you can see here some of them, what they looked like. They really weren't great. But like I said, trial and error. You can see here a lot of them has tails on them. 99.9% of these don't have tails. So yeah, I mean, I'll do like a little test drip here. And I can see that the lead pretty much is going to be stuck in here. So all I do, this might be loud, there's just a matte gatch torch. Speed it up a bit. The lead dripped out. And now pretty much the hole is so small that it just causes little drips like that, pretty much. And that's your shot. It hits the ramp, rolls down, and bingo, you have shot. So there you go. I'll load up some 10 and 12 gauge with these right after I'm done making a bit more. So yeah, it actually goes pretty fast. And I mean, it's just, I guess if you have nothing to do, it's a rainy day outside, I came in here and that's what I came to do. So I'll go reload some shots after. Like I said, super common man, super cheap. Total cost of this is probably like 50 bucks. It's just a common nut that I had somewhere. What I do with it. This is my dripper. It's just a, you see this one, the hole was underneath. It works just as well. It's just, I mean, like an end nut for something. So yeah, that's what I'm using as a dripper. So thanks for watching.